In this carjacking, all because this all started with using this app Snapchat. It's actually growing in popularity. Just spoke with the people that were riding in this hot air balloon. They said that it was pretty scary. You can see they're all in the truck right now, but just to the left, that's where the hot air balloon is. You can see how big this retention pond is, and they were concerned about gators. Yeah, this is the thing that they're trying to really clean up, just the all the residue and that from burnt fireworks. Of course, since it's July 5th, we're seeing a lot of that, and now we're starting to see some volunteers gather here. And deputies say the mom's 7-year-old boy was not at the hotel during the time of the murder. He was actually with loved ones in California. Again, if you recognize that man in that video, call Crime Line. We just got new information from FHP. Now they're telling me that this was actually 2 crashes, and a Good Samaritan was killed after trying to help the people from the first crash. A bolo has gone out, and several law enforcement agencies, including the Ocoee Police Department, are actively searching for that hit-and-run driver. That's why we still have crime scene investigators behind me. They have this entire area taped off. Now, no details have been released about the relationship of all the people involved, but we're expecting an update later on this morning. We know at least 2 of these cell phone robberies are connected. I'm right in front of one right here, but just a scary situation because this one was hit in the middle of the day. Lots of stores out here and lots of family. Well, this new nighttime manager will be basically the liaison between all the downtown businesses here and with the city, because as we know, a lot of things happen between midnight and this definitely was a domino effect. Deputies say that a suspect got in a fight with his boyfriend, steals his car, then carjacks 2 other vehicles before deputies shot him. I last checked, that 4-year-old boy is in serious condition. Emergency crews brought him here at this Halifax hospital in Daytona Beach, and Volusia County Beach Patrol says that this was just a horrible accident. Fun at the beach turned horribly wrong in a blink of an eye. Beach Patrol says a truck ran over a 4-year-old boy in Ormond Beach Sunday afternoon.
Screaming a little bit and wiggling around. They were just telling him to stay still and wait till the lifeguards got there.
The Beach Patrol says the boy was on a boogie board and high tides carried him close to traffic lanes. At first, investigators say the 19-year-old driver did stop but couldn't see the boy anymore and kept driving.
The vehicle proceeded to travel northbound again. That's when the child got up and ran into the front bumper of the vehicle, and then the tires ran over the child.
Witnesses say emergency crews ran to help the little boy within minutes.
Lifeguards were there when when we got out of the water, and then the fire department got there pretty quick after we sat down.
The boy was conscious when he was taken to the hospital. This morning, he's fighting for his life. As for the 19-year-old driver, at this point, he's not facing any charges. For now, reporting live here in Daytona Beach, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News. Fox 35 cameras are right there as the 87-year-old doctor walks out of jail.
Not talking to anybody.
You didn't want to say anything about what happened?
Get out of my way.
Dr. William Dalton had nothing to say after being accused of sexual battery. Police say the Lake Mary doctor took advantage of several of his patients. The report says Dalton told investigators he did it, quote, for the enjoyment of it. One of the alleged victims, a 42-year-old woman who tells police Dalton touched her inappropriately nearly a dozen times over the past year. What do you want to say to that 42-year-old woman? Did you touch her inappropriately? The 87-year-old shuffles through his papers and waits quietly for family to pick him up. Do you guys want to say anything about the allegations that he's accused of? Is he your grandfather? After Dalton got out of jail, we came to his Apopka home to see if he would speak with us here, but it appears that no one was home, but his neighbors came to his defense.
Anyone that knows Dr. Dalton knows him as a good and decent person that has given his life to help others.
Robert Farrell doesn't believe the allegations against his former doctor and friend.
He's been very professional to everyone. He's never turned anyone away.
The thought of his doctor's reputation being ruined brings tears to his eyes.
And before you convict this person of something that he would not do, he would not do it.
The state surgeon general pulled Dalton's license last month, saying he violated his oath as a doctor. In Seminole County, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News. Some homeowners are waking up to small debris and broken branches outside of their home, but a homeowner that lives right behind me has a completely different story.
Tree came down in my house. I came home to find it laying across my backyard and a hole in my roof.
Check it out. Last night's wicked weather snapped this tree from its trunk and found a new resting place on top of Samantha Sedaro's home. She says she's thankful no one was home and no one got hurt.
First concern for the dog, but then when the dog was okay, kind of what were the next steps. So thankfully I had friends and family to talk me down from freaking out.
Outside, you can see the hole in the roof. Inside, you see this: insulation, debris, and even more damage.
Right now, from what we can see, there's a hole in the roof. There's some cracks in the outside walls. We have a cracked shower. But that's, and pretty much we had a paver patio that we're not sure is still there or not.
The National Weather Service issued flood and severe thunderstorm warnings throughout Central Florida last night. Sedaro says after this scare, she'll be ready for the next storm.
Definitely an experience to learn from and be better prepared with all our emergency equipment, especially when hurricanes are around the corner too.
The homeowner says that the insurance adjuster will be coming out later on this morning to assess all the damages. For now, reporting here in Orlando, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News. This plan has been in the works for several months now, and with school just around the corner, the district says this is just an added layer of security to keep the kids safe.
When an emergency strikes, seconds and minutes can mean the difference.
With this app, users can directly connect with 911 in the case of an emergency, sending alerts to school staff with the touch of a button.
With more and more, you see these things every day where, there's a bomb threat or a gun threat, and there's real world situations like this. And so we take these things very seriously.
Todd Miller, developer of the Rave Panic Button, explains it's pretty easy to use.
The Rave Panic Button, as soon as that 911 call is being made, we are also at the very same time notifying on-site personnel so that they can go into lockdown, they can shelter in place, they can evacuate, or they can stay away from the area.
Miller says it's a quiet way to alert law enforcement about an active danger at the school.
And an offender would not even know that there's an open line of communication where the good guys are listening in to what's actually going on, and the bad guy doesn't even know it.
Check this out. The app has different functions depending on the emergency, whether it's fire, medical, or police.
If you are calling to report there is an active shooter on campus, all employees will receive the alert. However, if you are calling to report a medical emergency, only key administrators and staff with medical training will be notified.
Right now, Seminole County deputies are running drills in schools with the app, making sure cell signals are strong at each campus. They're also collecting key information specific to each campus.
We have always had great success by anticipating what lingers around the corner tomorrow.
Now, the district says that the app costs about $65,000 to maintain every year, so that's about $1,000 per school building. Now, it's free to download for school employees. For now, reporting here in Seminole County, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News.